Today I'm in North Bay. It's about a 3.5 hour drive from Toronto. It's the gateway to the north, and I've never been here before, so I'm going to spend the day exploring. I really enjoy exploring new places, walking around with my camera, and it's doubly exciting today because I've got a new lens with me. It's the first time I've used this lens. It's a 85mm f1.8. So yeah, double the excitement. And already there's a little bit of beach. Let's go down here. See, we've jumped straight into this video, no messing about. Look at this. I thought as I'm here today, I'm going to explore the lakefront and the downtown core. And I've looked at Google Maps and I came up with a little loop, a 10-kilometer walk from my hotel, which is the Fairfield Marriott. And yeah, it's about 9:30 in the morning. Here we are. I've already hit the lake and it looks promising. First impressions, it's looking good. So I'm going to go and do some photography. Oh, and also try some video out with this lens as well, because the auto-focus tracking connected with my Z9 is supposed to be really good. It's a Viltrox lens. It's the first non-Nikon lens that I've bought for this sort of thing. I usually buy Nikon, but this Viltrox has got good reviews and it's half the price. Let's stop talking and give it a try. The first 15 minutes or so of my walk was roadside, but I very quickly hit this trail along the lake here. It's called the Condo Trail, and it joins the main beach and the main lakefront in North Bay. And it is actually quite beautiful. I'm here fairly early in the morning. It's about 9:30 and the light's still low. So things are looking very good. It's actually very hazy because we're right in the middle of all of those forest fires, and North Bay is actually quite the way up north, close to Quebec and the fires, which is a bit daft of me to drive towards them rather than away, but I've got my N95 mask, should be all right. North Bay is a university town, and it also has a very large military presence. There's a NORAD base here, which is very useful. Apparently there was an underground bunker built 60 stories down in the ground during the Cold War that would withstand a nuclear attack. That might come in handy one day. So this 85mm lens, I've only been using it for about 25 minutes, and so far it's really nice. I'm really enjoying it. The focus is pretty quick and it just feels so good to use. The build quality is incredible. The Nikon 85mm f1.8 I believe is about $800, and this Viltrox is $400, so quite the savings. The final verdict will come when I get these images on the computer and take a look at them, maybe tonight. I've reached the marina. It's a fairly small one, but nonetheless, it's quite attractive looking, and there's always an opportunity to do a little bit of photography in a place like this. You can go for a very nice boat ride around the lake, but I don't think there's time today. It looks very appealing though. It looks like a nice boat to have a little cruise around in. Very calm, still day. A little bit hazy, but not as bad as it has been. Sky was yellow a couple of days ago. This wooden dock behind me caught my eye. I like the fact that it's got a green tinge to it and the posts behind are red. I like that contrasting colour. And then to top it off, there's that yellow, I don't know what you call them, where you tie the boats to. And I just like that, and the geometric shapes of the wood. I think that's my best shot today so far. Well, from a distance, the North Bay skyline doesn't look anything to write home about, but that might change when we immerse ourselves in it and get onto that main lakeshore trail and hit the downtown core and see what interesting things are in store. I could do with a really good coffee shop, because although the hotel, they actually gave a really good buffet breakfast, hot breakfast. It was quite impressive actually. It was included in the price of the room. Very good deal, that hotel. But hotel coffee outside of Spain and Italy is awful. So I need a really good coffee, a good espresso. That was a really nice section of the trail, very nicely landscaped. And now, over there we're coming to some trains and a carousel. The carousel here is famous. Quick detour over the road to check this out. It's very old. Hand-painted horses. And lots of other interesting things that I'm going to add in as text, I can't remember. This is fast moving, so actually a good test for this lens's capability of autofocus tracking with the camera. Unfortunately, the light, well, it's become very overcast, so the light's very flat now and it's getting quite dark. So that's all I need, right? I've just spoken to a guy called Rob who's worked on this carousel for 17 years, and he's given me a little bit of information about North Bay. Apparently the boat ride is a very good ride. There's an island that you can go to and you can actually have a meal on it too. And he said check out the downtown core. There's a few places to grab a bite, grab a drink, so I'm going to do that in a little bit. I'm just going to take a few more photos of this carousel. I'm enjoying playing with this new lens, and then I'm going to go back to the main lakeshore, lakefront trail. Another section of very lovely landscaped walkway, and the flowers actually are quite impressive here. Perfect time of the year really, isn't it? June, sun shining, flowers, beautiful day, other than a bit of wildfire smoke in the air, but very enjoyable so far. Very enjoyable morning. This is our last beach we walk along before we start heading north over the road to the downtown core. just crossed the road because I do believe the lakefront trail ran out, and seems to pick up here on this side of the road, right next to the water treatment facility. It's about 21 degrees now, and you can really smell it in there. It's put me off my lunch. Oh, there's a bit more beach. There isn't a trail, but there's a bit of beach and some birds there, so I'm going to nip back again. I'm going to look for the trail that crosses over the road and takes us north into the downtown core now. It's approaching midday, it's bright and sunny, and a lot of photographers will say this is not the time of the day to be shooting. I actually shoot more this time of day than any other time of day, because for tourism and travel photography, this is what people want, this is what publications want, this is what tourism organizations want, brands, tour companies. They don't want those dark, moody shots. I know I've said this many times already on this channel, and I'm going to keep saying it because a lot of people do like the idea of making a little bit of money on the side with their photography. I'm halfway, I've done about 5 kilometers, so I'm going to be heading most of the way back along Main Street for some urban slash street slash travel photography, tourism photography, food photography. That's a cool place to hang out and wait for somebody to come along. That didn't sound right. I mean that in a non-serial killer kind of way. Not sure we're supposed to use this bridge yet. It's only just been built. Hasn't been finished. Oh well. Shouldn't have gone that way. It's closed, even though people are using it. So maybe don't do that. Don't follow me. Go around. Oops. Probably because I went that way, I've messed up my route. We're looking for Main Street. Oh, this is Main Street. No, that was perfect then. Okay, so just need to find a place to cross. There's not a lot of tourism information for North Bay, but what I have read is that the downtown core, Main Street, is the place to come. Well, here I am. Maybe I'm a little bit further out than I should be. I need to walk down here a little bit more, maybe another kilometre or two before we get to anything remotely interesting. But this does not look like, well, this isn't the downtown part of Main Street. We're sort of in a residential area. Wherever I travel, I like to explore the non-touristy parts of a city or region. And a lot of people say, well, why would you do that? Why would you go through residential areas and industrial areas of a place? And well, for me, it's part of the experience. It's part of the package. It gives a true sense of place. This is the real North Bay, not just the the bits that have been sugar-coated for tourists. This is the real place. When I travel, I want to really dive deep and understand the real place, the culture, and experience it, you know, like a local if I can. That's why I always try and avoid tourist traps, you know, touristy restaurants and bars and the main attractions, and look for the places where the locals hang out. That's the only real way of getting a true sense of place and understanding a culture. As we come into the downtown core on Main Street, it's all closed off. It seems to me that North Bay has been a very run-down place in recent decades, and it looks like they're starting to rejuvenate it. There's quite a few new food establishments, breweries cropped up in recent years. They're building hotels. The hotel that I'm staying in is the newest in the area. It's only a couple of years old, I believe. And this has got potential. This town has got potential for sure. Give it another 5 years, 10 years. This is going to be a very desirable place to live, I bet you. You wait and see. So here I am in the heart of it all. It's June, sunny day in June, a Saturday on a sunny day in June, and the place is like a ghost town. There's nobody around. I'm going to do a quick detour off of Main Street because I just see a farmer's market and there's people down there, so they are alive here. Markets, farmers markets are actually another good place for photography. So let's take a look. That is a great market. No wonder Main Street is empty. Everybody's there. It's quite a big market too. It's very impressive, very impressive. It seems that in North Bay, everything happens really by the lakefront. Well, it's time for lunch, and I think I'm going to go in the Block Public House. That looks interesting, looks new. Cheers. That is a good stout. Bison burger is the special, and it's very good too. That was a really good lunch. Good local beer and good local food. Highly recommend the Block Public House. Fantastic. chocolate pecan toffee bar. You gotta have dessert, right? I heard about Opera Bakery online, so figured I should check it out. In fact, let me try that right now. Hold on. That's good. That's very good. Oh yeah. That's very, very good. My first impressions of downtown is that it's a pretty rundown place. There are a lot of buildings that are boarded up, but at the same time, there are a lot of businesses that are opening, and there are actually some really nice businesses. A lot of food establishments, breweries. I think this is going to be the place to live in a few years. There's lots of potential here. Most of the action, though, is on the waterfront. Most of the interest from a tourism point of view, if you want to come here for a day or a weekend, you're passing through, it's all happening on the waterfront. There are some lovely trails and the boat rides and museum, carousel, all of those things makes for a pleasant afternoon. And the farmers market is very impressive. So I think what I'm going to do now is head back to the trail and go along the beach route where I first came in, because that was really nice. I was going to do a little bit of street photography while I was on Main Street, but that didn't happen, did it? I'm just cutting through the parking lot of the Homewood Suites Hilton Hotel. Looks quite nice. Another new hotel, and closer to the action than where I'm staying. It's very empty though. There's nobody around. Where is everybody? It's June. It's June, and there's nobody around. My favourite view of the day is this little island with the tree. I just love it. I've taken more shots of this than anything else. I'm sitting here having a rest before I start walking through the residential area back to the hotel. And I'm looking at that island that I love so much, enjoying the serenity. I'm looking at this granite outcrop that I'm sitting on with this hardy little plant with yellow flowers on it. I'm thinking, this is Ontario. This scene captures the essence of Ontario for me, with the still lake, the islands, the rocks, the flowers growing out of cracks and the trees growing out of rock wherever they can. So I'm thinking this would make a nice photo. I've wandered around, snapping away handheld. I'm now going to put a little bit of effort into this last photo before I head back. I think I can get a shot with this in the foreground and get that in the background. Yeah, this would, this might work. Let's give it a go. I'm going to try that one more time. I've come further back and I've extended the little tripod as far as it goes, just so I've got a little bit more rock in the foreground, because there's some nice lines, some nice texture in this rock, and I wasn't really seeing it in the last shot. The hotel is just up the road. I can see it in the distance, but on my left here is North Bay's largest brewery. At least I think they're the largest brewery. They've certainly got a very large building here, and I think it'd be rude not to go in and try their wares. When you try the local beer wherever you travel, that's part of the taste of the area. That's my excuse. Thanks. This is a New England IPA called Slingshot, and they are the largest brewery in town. Well, I'm back at the hotel, and I just want to wrap up by saying I think North Bay is a fantastic place to spend a few days. There's more than enough to keep you busy for a day down on the lakefront. Okay, the downtown core is a little sparse, but the stores that are there are fantastic. There are more stores coming. It's undergoing a rejuvenation. But on the lakefront, there is more than enough to keep you busy. And as a day two, you can go hiking and visit the waterfalls, and that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Now, the 85mm lens, it felt really good to use. It's very responsive, very well built. I've got a good feeling about the images. I'm just about to look at them. You've already seen them. I think it's quickly going to become a favorite. So I'm going to be taking that to the waterfall shoot tomorrow. If you want to see that video, you better subscribe and hit the notification bell. Until then, thanks for watching, and see you again soon.